So, as we all know, that Chris Bumstead is going to present a new version of himself at Prague Pro, and you can see, as expected, he brings the best package for the Prague Pro, and we have seen him posing. He was looking so impressive next to Martin Fitzwater. Martin Fitzwater, who has lots of size, but uh, his Chris Bumstead aesthetics were so impressive, and you can see in front lat spread, and you can see the V taper, the aesthetic, the overall conditioning. He's so impressive in this pose. And on the other hand, Shaun Clarida, he's tight, and we have already seen him lots of time, and he never disappoint in terms of conditioning. Shaun Clarida is always conditioned whenever he's on stage. And you can see the Martin Fitzwater's conditioning. From midsection he's looking little flat, but overall he's having a good size. You can see the striations in quads, chest, shoulders and arms. He's looking so impressive, big, especially he's looking big. So quads are so impressive and big, and Chris Bumstead is looking overall good. So this pose, I will give this pose to Chris Bumstead because of his symmetry, proportions, the V taper aesthetics. So perfect balance he is carrying. So that is why I'm giving this to Cbum, and second I'll give this to Martin Fitzwater, and third Shaun Clarida. So let's talk about any side chest. So in this pose you can see glutes, hamstrings and quads are impressive from Chris Bumstead, and you can see this Shaun Clarida, and Shaun Clarida is looking hard. You can see the quads. He's carrying a good conditioning in quads, hamstrings and glutes, and his midsection is not impressive. And you can see the shoulders, arms, he's looking good. And on the other side, Martin Fitzwater, you can see him, and he's quite big, but at the same time he is not that conditioned. So according to conditioning, Shaun Clarida and Chris Bumstead are more conditioned than Martin Fitzwater, but then again we know he has size. You can see the quads, hamstrings, glutes. He's carrying a very big size. He's bigger than all other two, Cbum and Shaun Clarida, and you can see the upper body. Although he's looking a little soft from upper body, but still he's carrying a good size. So in classic division, if you talk about classic division, Chris Bumstead, this pose and side chest pose is unbeatable. No one can beat him in this pose in classic division. And still we can see next to Martin Fitzwater, and he's also looking impressive. So I will give this to Chris Bumstead, and second I will give this to, yes, of course, Martin Fitzwater, and third Shaun Clarida. So in back double biceps you can see Shaun Clarida. He's looking impressive. You can see the density, depth in back, the V taper, glutes, hamstrings, everything is tight and conditioned. And in this pose Chris Bumstead is not very impressive, I would say, because the density is not there in back. He needs to work on his thickness and density, because muscle mass is not very big in back, and glutes, hamstrings are impressive. You can see together Martin Fitzwater and Chris Bumstead. You can see the difference. Martin has thicker back, glutes, hamstrings, so his back is so impressive. And somehow Chris Bumstead needs to work on his back density and thickness. So Shaun Clarida beating Chris Bumstead in this pose because of the density in back, conditioning, hamstrings, glutes, everything is tight. So in this pose I'll give this to Martin Fitzwater first, and second Shaun Clarida, third Chris Bumstead. And again rear lat spread, and you can see back lat spread. Shaun Clarida again carrying a thick dense back, the glutes, hamstrings, he's looking impressive as I said. And Martin Fitzwater, again he's having a good dense back, the width is good, glutes, hamstrings, the impressive part. So from back Martin Fitzwater is dominating, and Shaun Clarida also looking impressive next to Martin Fitzwater. And Chris Bumstead, he's having a good back. You can see the density, shoulders are good, arms are good, but then again, as I said, he needs to put more muscle mass in his back, and glutes and hamstrings are good. So again I'll give this to Martin Fitzwater first, second Shaun Clarida, third Chris Bumstead. So let's talk about most muscular pose. And in this pose, you can see the Shaun Clarida's physique. He is tight, condition. You can see the striations. And Chris Bumstead, you can see he is also striated. His shoulders, arms, chest, midsection, especially quads. He's having a good size. He's bigger than Shaun Clarida. And on the other hand, you see Martin Fitzwater, and he's so impressive in this picture. You can see the bigger quads, the striated quads, and he's carrying overall big size in this pose. So he's looking big. Then Chris Bumstead and Shaun Clarida. So I will give this pose to yes, Martin Fitzwater. Second, because of the good size, I'll give this to Chris Bumstead. And third, I will give this to Shaun Clarida. So according to me, Martin Fitzwater should win this contest, and first runner will be Chris Bumstead, and third I'll give this to Shaun Clarida. So this is my prediction for Prague Pro Show. So let's see on final day what improvements they make in one day. So this was my prediction. So we'll see you very soon. Till then, bye bye.